As more COVID vaccines do become available, a huge number of people say they won't be getting the shot. They either fear it or they think it will make them sick. KTVU's Tom Vacar joining us now with a look at the generations-old and often debunked anti-vaccine movement, which still holds a lot of sway over a lot of people. Tom?
A whole lot of sway. Many people will avoid the vaccine due to deliberate, and I mean deliberate, misinformation. The 198-year-old Lancet is one of the world's leading peer-reviewed medical journals. Recently, it published a Center for Countering Digital Hate study, which tracks and counters what it calls dangerous digital misinformation. The study found that many groups against the use of vaccines, so-called anti-vaxxers, use social media such as Facebook and YouTube to pass on unfounded and untrue disinformation to some 39 million people who follow them. The groups often seek to sell products, solicit donations, or disseminate conspiracy theories.
What's the quality of the information?
Dr. Margaret Liu is a world-famous UCSF physician and researcher in vaccines and immunology, one of the founders of the field of DNA-based vaccines.
Vaccines, in a way, have become a victim of their own success.
Because of vaccines, hundreds of millions are alive today, many totally cured without long-term consequences. In the COVID case, many of those ravaged and killed were simply hidden away in marginalized communities or care homes or hospitals.
People no longer see the impact of these devastating diseases.
So what about allergic reactions to COVID vaccines?
This is still very rare. It's 11 people out of a million is what they think.
What about totally debunked claims that vaccines cause autism?
A claim that was made by a medical doctor who was actually being paid by lawyers for parents of children who had autism.
What about the vaccine giving you the very disease you're trying to avoid?
With the COVID vaccines as an example, it's actually just completely impossible.
The World Health Organization says one of the oldest vaccines for smallpox saved over 200 million lives.
Vaccines are the only intervention that have actually eliminated a disease from our planet.
And to those who deny vaccines, masking, and social distancing, saying it's their right?
If you could keep all of your bodily fluids to yourself and not share them with people, then that would be a different issue. But in fact, you are imposing on other people's bodies.
Although COVID vaccine was rapidly developed, that's for sure, Dr. Liu says the underlying science goes way back. In fact, goes back many, many decades. Tom Vacar, KTVU, Fox 2 News.
And Tom, you touched on this in the piece, how this misinformation about vaccines is spread typically in these online forums, places like Facebook and other social media sites. How much do we have a sense of how much these social media companies are doing to try to crack down on misinformation? Obviously, we saw a tremendous effort to try to stop misinformation leading up to the election. Are they doing anything around the COVID vaccine?
Oh yeah, they're doing all kinds of things, but the fact of the matter is that they created a platform which, while it was wonderful in the beginning, talk to grandma, talk to your family, talk to friends you haven't talked to in a long time, has now been co-opted by a lot of evildoers and a lot of folks that want to weaponize it, and as a result they weaponize it. So there are many, many of these sites, many of these accounts that are out there, and they're almost too much to handle. And while they're doing what they can, the reality of the situation is a lot of people get away with it, and they shouldn't.
Yeah, it gets away from them real fast. All right, KTVU's Tom Vacar reporting live for us. Thanks, Tom.